What's going on, everybody? My name is the Brotator Chip, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a walkthrough of Suzie's side story quest, which is inside of Demonologist. And if you didn't know, Demonologist actually just dropped their newest Bedlam update yesterday. And for a lot of people, that means a new map, new jump scares. But for a lot of other people who had started the Suzie side quest, it means we finally get to have closure on what that side quest really means and the story of Suzie, who is inhabiting our penthouse lobby. So I'm going to do my best to go through this one step at a time and show you exactly how you can reach the end. I am going to warn you all that there's a lot of spoilers in here, so if you want to try to do it on your own, please make sure you exit out of this video now and only come back if you're really stuck or if you just want to be able to run through it 1, 2, 3. So here we go. Let's get started. All right, firstly, if you don't know where exactly this started, it started last update, the last major update that this game had, and it started the penthouse on the countertop with this note right here. I'm not going to read through every note in this tutorial. I'm only going to read the important parts. That way you know what we're trying to do and what the objectives is. So skipping down to the very bottom of this, it says, it encompasses all animals, people, plants, universe, it rots flesh, bends metal, crushes rocks to dust overall. This is basically a riddle, and it's asking you to say the answer to this riddle in a blank spot in the bathroom of your penthouse. So, the answer to the riddle is time. Time is all of those things. So if you want to go ahead and open up this secret room in your penthouse, you would go over to this bathroom over here. There's going to be a blank wall here. It would look like every other wall. And once you open this room for the first time, it's open forever. And this is something you're going to notice with the entire Suzie side quest. Every single step you take is going to be done forever. You can't redo this. So make sure when you go through this all, you're doing it the way you want to, and you're not making any mistakes, because you're never going to get a second opportunity at it. So we're going to go inside here. So inside this room where we can see a bloody chair, it looked like a massacre happened in here, and lots to be told. And so really this starts this suspicion of the player of like, what's going on? What is this place? So we're going to read the next note. This is where we know that they signed their name Suzie. This is the first time we ever figure out that the entity's name inside of our house is named Suzie. And basically it speaks of a book. What book? It's a book that they found in Bedlam. If you don't know, Bedlam is an archaic definition of a word that means essentially an asylum for the mentally insane. So Bedlam was the map we were waiting for in order to further this story. This is where it ended last time the last update. But now with Bedlam update being here finally, we have the ability to go even further. Now, unfortunately, I can't really show you the next letter, but I can tell you where you need to get it. The next letter you need before you go to Bedlam, the new map, is going to be located right here to the left of your boombox on this little sill right here. But I can give you an idea of what it says essentially. So in the new section they have inside of your tablet here is notes, and you can see side objectives, Suzie story. I have the whole thing done, so I have way more than you'll probably see here. But as you get more and more of it done, there'll be new sections of Suzie story that opens up for you to complete. This really is almost like a quest. It's an in-game quest, essentially. So, first mission. So when you pick up this note that I'm talking about on this sill, it's going to make this available to you, and you'll always be able to access the pages again through this tablet. Now, essentially, it's telling us that we're ready to go to Bedlam, and we are looking for a bathroom, and inside of that bathroom, we have to go to a wall where they leaned her against a wall and shouted, "Mirror!" And then that should open us another surprise room. So we're going to go find a bathroom in Bedlam, and we're going to go ahead and find a wall that looks a little bit sketchy, a little blank wall, and yell mirror. So let's go to Bedlam. Let's do it. Okay, we're at Bedlam. You may think to yourself when you first enter this map that you can go through the front door. You cannot. The front door is locked. You have to go around to the back side. Go to the back entrance. Once you get towards the back door, enter it. We're going to go inside towards the front. This is the front here. If you want to be able to open up that front door, all you have to do is go over to this front desk, grab the key, it'll be here every round, and then you can go ahead and open that front door. From here, we're going to go upstairs. She talked about inside of the note that she was basically went up the elevator to a bathroom that was on the upper floor. So here's the stairs to go up. There's the elevator. The elevator does not work, so we're going upstairs. You can hear the dripping of the bathroom already. There it is. We're going to go to the very last stall. In here, this is where the bathroom, the door will open for you. It's open for me already because I have it done. But if you go here and you see a blank wall, you would go here. You would say mirror. If your voice is ever not getting picked up with the mirror, please make sure you hit the P button and just type it in. Mirror. And it should work just fine. You go inside of here, and right here on this table is going to be a key. Once you have that key, you head back to your penthouse and get the next clue from Suzie. The next note will be available inside of Suzie's room here, inside of your penthouse. I'm going to read it for you in my notes. Talks about the key. So yes, this is the note now about the key that you just acquired. It says, this key, yes, this key looks familiar. I've seen it before. This is the key that Dr. Thompson carried with himself all the time. I'm pretty sure he used it to open the door in the canteen. He would pass us by while we were eating and enters the room with the key. So we have to go back now to Bedlam, to the canteen section. I'll show you exactly where that is. And we're going to need something to open the door. She mentioned a knife. You need a knife to open the door. So I'm going to show you where that knife is to open that door as well. Okay, first things first. In order for the knife to actually spawn at the location it spawns, you have to go inside the map again and open the front door. Once the front door is open, you're going to go to that little utility shed over there. It's behind your tent, your starting tent. Inside of this tool shed, the knife is going to be located right here on top of this box. It'll be laying on this box. You don't get to see it on my screen because I've already completed it. So I always have that knife now forever. But that is exactly where it's going to spawn for you. Once you collect it, you're going to go back out here. Go back in the front door and head to the left to the canteen room. You get to the end of the hallway here. You make a right. You can see a sign here that says canteen. And this door, when you first actually get to it, before, like I said, again, I've already completed this, so it's already going to be open for me forever. But there's going to be a rope that's going to be holding this door shut. All you have to do is hit E on it. It'll use the knife to cut through the rope. Then you enter into the cafeteria area here. This door is the door you're going to need to use that key on. So you use the key you have in your inventory to open this door. And when you get inside, there's going to be a bloody riddle here, right on this wall. Once you get to this wall, the door is not going to be open for you like it is for me. You're going to have to go back to your penthouse again and get the next letter from Suzie. To save myself some time, I'm not going to go back to the safe house and show you that process. I'm just going to tell you that essentially it says in the note from Suzie to be able to come back here and do it again. We're going to go to the notes. We're going to go to Sad Life Story. And this is essentially where Suzie starts to be a little bit more honest about what's going on with her, who she is, where she's been, what she's been through. And we're going to go down and we're going to look and really focus in on this riddle right here. Because this riddle is the riddle that's going to be in blood on this wall. Now, I know the riddle in blood on the wall is not going to be very legible. It's kind of hard to read because it's so smeared. But don't worry, the note that she gives you is going to be able to give it to you very clearly to see, so you don't have to worry about that. The Dark King Immortal, watching high in the sky. From tears he's born, the ghost silent Rye. Breaking the chains of time, unlocking eternity's door. In mirror eyes, the dreamers dance forevermore. Now, the answer to this riddle, if you'd like to know, and again, if you don't want to know, please make sure you exit out of the video. The answer to this riddle is death. So you would come right here to this wall with the bloodstained riddle on it. You can see a little bit of the remnants of that. You basically say death in game or hit the P button to do the prompt here. Boom. You'll have a little bit of an animation and the door will pop open here. Just like it is for me right now. When you get inside of here, you're going to see two things that you need to get. One of them is this health report from Suzie. Basically, this is a doctor that works here at Bedlam named Dr. Thompson that is telling you the diagnosis of what he feels like in his professional opinion is wrong with Suzie and why she's in the asylum in the first place. Nextly, you're going to need to get this, there's going to be a second note right here that you can grab. And then once you have those two notes, you're going to head back to the safe house again, the penthouse, and you're going to get Suzie's next note. Back inside the penthouse now, once you have that note of Suzie's medical history, don't worry, it's going to be inside of your notes tab forever. Right here, it's going to say Suzie's medical report if you ever want to reread it and give a glance over and basically the summary, the diagnosis, everything about this person that you want to know. But the next thing we're going to go to is the note that Suzie leaves you in your penthouse next is a secret place. Next, your objective is to go to the secret place. It says if you found this place, you know what you're looking for. I hope you are one of us. Go to our secret place and say the word cloud. So this is from Dr. Thompson. What I ended up doing at this point was I went back to Bedlam and I found Dr. Thompson's office, and there was a set of keys on his desk. I'm going to show you exactly where it is and then what we do next. So let's go back to Bedlam. Going through the back door of Bedlam again, I'm going in, and I'm going to be looking for Dr. Thompson's office, which is on the first floor again. Once you go through the back door, you go through this little cell door here, and it's right around the corner to the right here. It's the first office you'll encounter. You can see his nameplate on the top of the office. It says Dr. Thompson. Go in that door. On his main desk, there's a set of keys. It'll be right here. Right here will be a big set of keys. You grab onto those, and you're going to go to their secret place. And the only thing that would make sense for Suzie's secret place to be in this entire place would be where she was kept, which is the cell rooms down at the bottom level. So we're going to go downstairs. Now, with the set of keys, you'll be able to open almost all of the cell doors, and you won't know exactly right away which one is the room you're looking for. So I recommend just starting to open all of them and going into each one and saying the word cloud until something happens in one of them, and then you'll know that's the correct room. For the sake of it, it is the third room to the left. When you say cloud in this room, a little bit of a passage underway will open up. Down here, there's going to be a chest. On that chest is going to be a lock with different combinations of... Each key is going to need a different combination of either a sun symbol or a moon symbol. You'll be able to figure out which the combination is by using this riddle right here. So basically, you go along here and you figure out, okay, on each one of these sentences, is it a sun or it is a moon? The combination of this lock in order to get into this chest is going to be moon, sun, moon, moon, sun. That should open this up. Once you open this up, there's going to be a key on the right book right here. You grab that, and then you go back to the penthouse again to get your next note from Suzie. Back at the penthouse again, we're going to go ahead into our notes here. We are going to go over to the final quest. I think we've reached the end. I can feel it. This is our last obstacle. I will meet her again. There is one last thing left for us to do. I know this key. When they took the book away from me, they hid it somewhere using this key. That place is in the shed outside the building, and I know that this key will work when you get there. I have no idea what awaits you inside. All I know is that the book is there, and I am running out of patience. Bring me that book now. Now, to me, personally, when I read this letter from Suzie, it really was a bit hostile. So just keep that in mind. Just a little something in the back of your mind to keep a little note of. So we're going to go over to the tool shed again, and we're going to be going into the basement. So let's go back over to Bedlam one more time and finally get to the end of this story. Some good news is once you get to Bedlam this time, you don't even have to go inside the building. All you have to go is go over to this tool shed over here. You have the key in your inventory already. Open the door. Go on over to this little, these little doors here that lead downstairs. Use the key on it. Go down. And then on this table right here, there's going to be a book on this table. The book that Suzie has been looking for this entire time. And the reason we've gone back and forth to the penthouse like ping pong balls. So, you're left basically with one thing at this point. One note. And it's a decision you have to make. So we go to the last note. And this is written by Dr. Thompson, the doctor that had taken care of Suzie. Suzie was a young person who had not been able to communicate successfully with her environment since her youth and had harmed the people with whom she had communicated. Having problems with her family, Suzie met Martin at a young age, and they decided to get married. Suzie and Martin wanted to be parents at a young age, but could not have children due to Suzie's illness. Suzie does not have any children according to the records, but Suzie has convinced herself that she has a daughter and her name is Elena. He was telling his wife that he had seen his daughter and even talked to her. Suzie's husband, Martin, brought Suzie to Bedlam for treating to help her. My first impression of Suzie was that she had a moderately calm personality. She didn't seem to have any issues, or so it seemed. Suzie's husband was also coming to visit her often. One day, I saw Suzie in her cell interested in a book. Actually, that is normal, isn't it? But when I saw the book, I had a strange feeling. The book was pulling me in. as if we were talking to me. When she noticed that I was looking at her, she quickly hid the book and averted her eyes from me. Perfectly normal. So I'm not going to read all this thing. As you can see, it's super, super long. But essentially, Dr. Thompson, who signs this at the very bottom, does believe that the book that Suzie is after is cursed or possessed in some way, shape, or form. And that by no means should Suzie ever receive this book ever again. He hid it away purposely just so she would never get it again. There is no way to destroy the book, but one can hide it. It can be hidden in another dimension. I cannot do this. The book does not want to be hidden. It wants to be found and used. It wants to control people and play with their mind. I do not have the will to resist the book. If you can hide it, take the book and place it on the statue located at the entrance of the hospital, outside. Whatever happens, don't let Suzie or anyone else get the book. So the question is, when you get the book here at this last step, are you going to go and bring it back to the penthouse to give it to Suzie? Or are you going to go put it on the statue outside of the hospital? This is a decision you have to make. And I can tell you there are two separate endings. Once you make the decision to make one ending, you cannot experience the other ending. So, this is where I leave you. Make sure you go ahead and do all these steps. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I know there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of things, little intricate details. One thing I will note is that this is not done very friendly with multiple players. For some reason, when people are starting to go through this process, if they're in multiplayer mode, some people won't get the same level of progress in this side quest as the person who is leading the lobby. I don't know why this is. Maybe it's a coding issue, maybe it's intended. Whatever the reason, you're probably better off, unfortunately, doing it in single player. So that's just my little 2 cents on that. Feel free to go ahead and investigate Suzie's story. Go ahead and make your final decisions. I would love to hear what you think about this whole side quest idea and hear if you want to see more of this in Demonologist in the future. If you would like to see these steps in a text format instead of a video format, I'm going to be putting them inside the video game channel of my Discord, which can be found in the description below this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very useful. I hope you enjoyed the side quest that the Demonologist developers have put together for us. Make sure you go through it. Let me know your comments in the comments section down below, and make sure to subscribe and follow for more videos.